everybody, and thank you for clicking on our thumbnail. This is the episode Our Favorites. And we are talking... Thank you. And we are talking about our favorite collection, genre, director, any kind of movies, and we're talking about our favorites of that kind. And today...
Would this count as a collection?
This is a collection.
It's more of a genre.
Are you guys ready? This show is going to be a knockout.
We're
And that's the show, everyone. Bye-bye.
Jake, could you just box my ears and my eyes just so I don't have to hear or see him?
Don't worry. This is going to... my brain just farted. I got no more.
Just throw in the towel.
Hey, there we go.
I can't put buttons over your eyes on that one.
In case you couldn't tell how
That has
horrible...
nothing to do with boxing.
In case you couldn't tell by our horrible puns, today's episode is in fact about boxing movies.
What? You mean we're not talking about Boxing Day?
The classic.
What? I'm out.
The great holiday.
I am done.
But I'm excited because we got a lot of good picks. We got a lot of good picks. So let's get this ball rolling. Jacob, what is...
Sorry, you got to go ding round one.
Oh yeah, ding, 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 ding. Oh wait. Let's get ready to rumble. Round one.
Don't we always have to talk with him about taking it too far?
I encouraged him this time, and now I regret it. I really do.
So round one, Jake.
So my favorite boxing pick is going to go to Cinderella Man. Came out in 2005.
Sounds right, yeah.
Look it up. I'm pretty sure it's 2005.
That sounds
I'm going to fact check it really quick.
I don't think I've seen it since probably... I saw it in 2005 because I remember renting it with my dad because he loves Russell Crowe.
Nice.
And that was right around kind of the Gladiator era-ish. I know that was a 2000 movie, but
was like
that
Master
Gladiator...
Commander is in 2003. Just the Russell Crowe big years started...
The Renaissance, if you will.
Was Robin...
How is it a Renaissance? He didn't come back.
That's
That's
fair.
his golden era.
He has come back in the form of the Christmas Chronicles. Wait, no, that's Kurt Russell.
Oh my god! I thought you were kidding.
You keep mixing those two up.
I told you I mix those two up like crazy.
I know. I don't know
At
how.
least they're not from the same country.
I mean, I'll give you that. They have the same name in them, but...
That's it. That's what it is, man.
Russell Crowe and Kurt... They should make a movie together now.
Kurt Russell Crowe.
No.
It would be impossible for you to watch.
Well, like, didn't Kurt Russell
There we go.
retire?
There we go.
Is he?
I thought he did.
Oh.
I thought Christmas Chronicles 2 was his last. What a way to go out.
This is what we do. Ready?
I'm ready.
We remake Face Off with Kurt Russell and Russell Crowe.
Yes! I am on board. Sign me up. Here's all my money, Hollywood. Let's go.
You've never seen that, have you?
It's called Wrestle Off.
Or just Croft.
Oh, I'm so on board for this. Let's make it. Let's.
Please, guys. We're
gonna
Russell Crowe. You were just Zeus.
We're gonna Kickstarter.
You can do this.
We're gonna Kickstarter going. Yeah, hopefully he's better in this than he was at Zeus.
Oh, come on. He was a little funny.
He like I said. I
mean, he basically made it so you could see Thor's butt.
That's true, and he has a nice butt too. Chris Hemsworth.
My wife turned and looked at me in the theater, and I just was like,
That's a good looking guy.
I'm never going to look like that, honey.
Unless Marvel's paying me money to get in shape, not a chance. Anyway.
My favorite boxing movie, I already said it, is Cinderella Man.
Yep.
Didn't you just rewatch it too?
Yeah, Saturday.
Nice.
This is the one that I fell asleep in and had to rewatch it. Not being a sports person, it's my favorite because of the context of the Great Depression. I really do enjoy that about this. I think it's much more of a socioeconomic class study than a boxing movie. But then I think towards the end of it, one of the most powerful moments in it is he's in a press conference after his comeback fight, and they ask him what he's fighting for and what's different. And, you know, when I was fighting the first time, my hand was always broken. I just wanted the glory. Now I'm fighting for milk. And that is very poignant.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I love the movie, but also like watching it again, I'm like, you know, I wish they would lean more into this hero of Hoovertown thing, because it's more interesting than him just beating this guy because. You know, another one of the big moments is, and it's based on a true story of Jim Braddock.
I didn't know that. I've also haven't seen this in either very long time, or I haven't seen. I might have watched this in like middle school or something during like.
Directed by Andy Griffith's kid himself.
Ron Howard.
The man with no style. Love Ron Howard, but
the second man with no style.
Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott has.
I actually asked him that too when I was watching. I was like, "Is it Ron Howard that we talk about?" Or
it's Ridley Scott.
But it is kind of true. He doesn't like. There are some of the boxing fights that are cool. Like, you know, sometimes he'll like the camera will be in the center of the ring. It'll swing to each of the four sides, and that's interesting. And like the way that kind of does the flashback and like the first person boxing sort of thing is interesting. It's just beyond that, there's not a whole lot.
Ron Howard hasn't had style since Ed TV. I know the Grinch came like a year after Ed TV. I know.
The Grinch is a that's
a style. That is a style.
Whoa, honey, I tripped on the toothpaste. It's green and it's everywhere. That's the Grinch. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, but again, I just think it would have been so much more interesting to focus more on the hero of Hoovertown and like just the struggle of the Great Depression. I also think that that's part of one of the most romanticized American eras. I know you say it's World War II, and you're right. I just kind of count like that early 1900s is what I count as that romanticized era.
There's a lot of movies about just taking place during that time. And I think boxing, again, coming from someone that hasn't seen Cinderella Man a lot, that's a very, like, I like the idea of using that sport particularly as like a backdrop for the Great Depression. Cause like, I feel like that would be like a really good out and way just to like get rid of your anger about just being in the dumps.
Not only that, it's a poor man's sport.
Exactly.
Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
It takes a big physical toll, but does not require, at least at that point, much of an entry fee.
Exactly. You can kind of just.
You don't have to be smart to hit someone.
I
mean, as insulting as that sounds, it's true.
Yeah, well, yes. Which I know obviously anybody who actually boxes could beat the crap out of any of us. Because
much technique and timing and training and conditioning.
Oh, absolutely.
Even then, but it's much different now. But it is something that it's kind of like why soccer is the most popular sport in the world, because you can play it anywhere. Boxing, anyone can box, really.
When you look at like the equipment needed,
that's where
you got your two hands.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's where it gets expensive to be like an actual boxer.
Oh, when you get like the gloves,
like
and
me and you could go off camera right now and just slug each other.
I'd probably win.
But even
it's your boyish good looks that would blind me.
Thanks.
But like even then,
now I do want to hit you.
Even then, you're talking about the difference between today's boxing, which is probably a lot safer, and 1933 boxing.
Were they even using? I mean, this is going to sound really
gloves.
Okay. Thank you. This is going to sound really bad.
I believe that they were fairly. I believe that they were even fairly modern, like boxing pants, because I don't think they wanted to have the pants be the high ride kind of.
That makes sense. Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't even want the title. He wanted turtles, remember?
I got to go buy some turtles. I told my kids.
Play-Doh. That's all he said.
Is that just a really bad way of pronouncing titles as Dortles?
Well, he told his kids that his daughter, two boys, one girl.
2 boys, 1 girl? Okay, so his kids thought he said turtles, so now he has to get...
Yeah.
That's so freaking cute! I love that!
There is a lot of heart in this movie, and I love it.
Oh my God!
There's just some things that I wish were kind of rearranged, and like there's a whole moment, and this actually happened, where he Jim Braddock, being a victim of the Great Depression, as most of America was, had to go get government assistance, right? Well, when he started winning fights again, he gave it back, like famously gave it back to the government.
Really?
And it's a big part of his story.
Why would
it's
he
kind
give
of what he's he just
back and not help his family out more.
It was a different time. But like it's a big giant part of his story. And it's just kind of a scene. If you didn't know it was supposed to be there, it would just be kind of
interesting.
Like there's not enough point at that.
Do you think they probably made it differently then to make him more of a family man? Because instead of helping out his family more, he gave it back to the government. Instead of, so like if they didn't make that a highlight, hopefully it would show him more as just being better for his family. Does that make sense? No.
I just think that they wanted to I think that they struggled to find a balance between the backstory they were trying to tell and the boxing story they were trying to tell.
Gotcha.
It could do with like 2, I think, less fights. I think there's like 5.
What would we do with 3?
The one where he loses to Explain, his comeback, and then his fight with I forget the guy's
Max
Mayor.
Baer?
Yeah.
Is it Max Baer? Let me just hover over Craig Burko's name. Yep, Max Baer, who, if I recall, is like the father of Beverly Hillbillies guy.
Really?
Yes, I think. Yep, he's the father of Max Baer Jr. And Max Baer Jr. was Jed Clampett.
Oh,
relative of Jed Clampett. He was Jethro. Sorry, not Jed Clampett. He was Jethro. That's it. I always forget that. So that's who Max Baer Jr. is. I always
another fun thing about the movie is that there's a neighbor character that's a pretty major side character.
Okay.
Like she's a big motivation for what happens and whatnot. The girl that plays her is the daughter of Jim Braddock.
Really? That is interesting.
I didn't know that. The one scene that always sticks out to me, and I told you this before, it's where they are getting their power shut off because they haven't paid their bill. And the guy's turning it off, and Renee Zellweger, who plays Jim Braddock's wife,
she is almost unrecognizable as Renee Zellweger.
It's because it was before all the plastic surgery. But she's like begging him, like, there are kids here, you know how you do. And he's like, lady, I got to do this. I got kids of my own. If I don't do this, then I lose my job. So it's kind of like it's one of those things where you always get mad at the companies, then you realize like the people turning it off aren't bad people. It's doing their job. Because they're trying to get by too.
And then let's not gloss over Paul Giamatti. Paul Giamatti is in that, and he is just
he's playing someone's manager.
No, Paul Giamatti is playing a manager?
This is the one that started
in The Illusionist, he plays an illusionist.
In Planet of the Apes, he plays an ape. Sorry,
orangutan.
Well, it sounds like I'll have to...
it's his lone Oscar nomination. He's
didn't he
one
win?
of the highlights.
No. It won something, though. Didn't it?
No. I thought I definitely heard of. I knew this movie, so I thought it got a nomination.
I always kind of get it confused with Million Dollar Baby. It's kind of like that whole thing where Illusionist and Prestige came out around the same time frame, and I get them confused.
It's just wires gets crossed.
It's mean. I'm not going to go into that. I was going to say the only difference between Cinderella Man and Million Dollar Baby. You want me to continue with this?
Yeah, go ahead.
One is about a 1920s guy who boxes for his family. The other one is like a fiction. I think it's fictional, isn't it?
I would assume so.
But it's contemporary and it's a woman.
And it's got Clint Eastwood in it.
Yes. So they're kind of not. So I'm just picking on.
Again, not sports brain. Boxing movie.
Punch, punch. Yay!
There was something else I was going to say that I really... Oh, this does one of the best transitions to show time that I've seen. So when the movie starts, he is a well-known boxer and he's winning and he's winning and he's winning and he's winning. And he's very wealthy and he has a big house. At the end of the scene, when it sets up kind of who that is, he's taking off his watch and his cufflinks and setting his money on his dresser.
Mhm.
And the camera just kind of slides across his dresser so you see all those things, and then it slides to, I swear it's the same dresser but lit differently, and it just kind of slides, and then there's nothing on the dresser, and that's the passage of time to
post stock market crash.
yeah,
Interesting.
And now they're living in like
I
a
always-
basement apartment.
I always like it when like it's like one continuous take to show like the movement,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, they
that's
do
always,
that in. You ever heard of the movie Lone Star? It's from the 90s. They do transitions from the two timelines where a character will be standing in a location and the camera will just go, like, let's say they're by the side of the highway. They're like down by a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And one character in like the 60s is here and the camera goes like this.
Mm-hmm.
And we go up and a character from the 90s is in the same
That's
location.
cool.
Like it's just
Yeah.
a fun little
I just
thing
like
they do.
I like those things. But anyway, Jared, what is your
My favorite
movie?
boxing movie. I thought about it because it's part of a franchise which has 8 movies so far.
I think you probably just gave it away right
Oh,
there.
I wonder
I
what
think it's the
boxing
only
franchise
Which
has.
one is it? Is
There's only like
That's-
one boxing franchise.
So, if you didn't know, it's the Rocky / Creed universe because
Woo!
there's 6 Rocky movies and 2 Creeds so far. Michael B. Jordan's directing that third one.
Yeah, he is.
And out of all of them, the only one I haven't seen is Creed 2. I've seen
I have not
the
seen it
end.
either.
It's on TV, so I know how that happens. But I will watch it one day.
I should
probably,
watch
'cause
it
the
too.
first Creed movie is good. No, it's not
It's
one of the
so
Creed
good.
movies. No, it's not the original Rocky movie.
Ooh,
and it's
we're whittling it
definitely
down.
Not 5, because that one is really bad. I picked 4.
Woo!
Rocky 4.
So,
let's go.
Jared, I'll be honest. A lot of these Rocky movies blend together in my mind. Can you please tell me which one 4 exactly was?
So-
It's the aliens.
I'd watch that.
I would watch that too, honestly.
Hey, yo, aliens.
It's like no. It's just like drop him in the end of like Kingdom of the Crystal Skull and hits him instead of Harrison Ford.
I would watch the heck out of that. Are you kidding me?
So you were wondering how they work. So the first one is a love story with boxing
Yes.
in it. He
Yes.
fights Apollo.
Yeah.
And
okay.
spoilers
Yep,
for
yep,
all
yep.
the Rocky movies if you guys want to hear how all the fights end.
I just really,
You okay with that, or do you want me to save it?
I need you to at least break 4 apart for me because, like I said, I've seen like.
You want me to
so-
say how the fights
Sure.
go at the end of each one?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, again, spoilers. Rocky 1, love story with some boxing.
Yes.
Rocky loses to Apollo, but goes the distance.
Yeah.
Rocky 2, it's a little less of a love story and more a little bit about the boxing, but it ends with Rocky beating Apollo.
That's right. Okay.
Rocky
Yep.
3,
Okay.
it's not really a story at all outside of Rocky trying to get his mojo back because he lost it while he was famous, and then he loses real
Okay.
bad to Mr. T, and then he beats Mr. T.
That was okay. 3 is Mr. T. Okay. Thank you.
4,
Is 4 Drago
Rocky
then?
fights Drago and the
Yes.
Russians.
Okay.
Middle
okay.
of the Cold War, came out in 85. Like, the opening has 2 boxing gloves, one with the
Yep.
the U.S.
Okay. Okay.
flag and the other with the Russian flag. Sorry, the USSR, and they and they explode.
Thank you for
So-
there are so many Rocky things in my head. I need you to break
So-
that off. Thank you.
So the thing is, if you know me, I hate 80s nostalgia because the 80s suck. Every decade sucks, but some are more annoying than others. And the 80s are really annoying. I was not there for them at all.
I was gonna say you weren't even born in the 80s.
Because I am so sick of 80s nostalgia. I'm sick of it. Rocky 4
Stranger
is one of
Things
those
too.
that I can actually sit down and enjoy
He would
for
not
the
be able to
80s.
sit through that.
Rocky 4 is one of those where I sit down and I go, I love this because it's basically him playing up to everything the 80s is, and he's not doing it ironically. And I can sit back and go, this is really dumb. And this proves every point that a lot of 80s pop culture sucks. But man, this actually works. Like I thought someone did the math. This is a 91-minute movie, and like 33 minutes of it is montage or something.
Oh my God.
It's like 30% montage. Maybe so it's probably less of it. There's so many montages. There's a montage near the beginning. There's a montage after Apollo dies.
I remember the best one was in punching the frozen meat. Isn't that in this?
That's in the first movie.
Wasn't he really? I thought there was a scene about that.
That's
in
one of the
this.
iconic moments of the first movie.
See, it all just blends together in my mind.
Yeah, this one he's training in Russia.
Right. I thought for some reason he was in Russia.
But
and he was the butcher shop.
There are 2 montages of him training. There's like a 5-minute montage of him training in Russia. Then Adrian comes there after she didn't go with him. She's like, I don't want you to fight. And he's like, I'm going to fight. I'm mad at you. Bye. That's the whole scene. And then she just shows up at the end of the montage and is like, I'm here for you. And he just like smiles weird. And then we go into the Survivor song. There's no Bill Conti music for him training this time. Gonna Fly Now. It's the only one, I think, that doesn't have it. Actually, 5 might not have it either. But it's a Survivor song called Hearts on Fire, Strong Desire.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. A lot of these songs are the embodiment
they're
of
so
sucky
cheesy.
80s
They're
stuff.
so cheesy.
But it works. I don't know why, because as a kid, this was like the ultimate villain for him to fight. This giant dude who literally killed someone.
Mm-hmm.
Literally snapped Apollo's neck. So, and he's roided out of his mind.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's like, it's scary. It's the same with Cinderella Man, where you're legitimately scared for him. Because Max Baer dislodged a guy's brain in the previous fight.
God!
And they show the footage, and the guy just drops dead, and they say, like, what? Don't they say a line like, no one, when people fall, they like put their guards up, or even if they're like still alive, a little bit of them, but that guy just drops without moving, like he's dead before he hit. They say he was dead before he hit the ground.
Interesting.
So as a kid watching Rocky IV, of course I love it because it's all montages. It's short. There's less of the boring love stuff to kids, and it's just 80s music and just a lot of sweaty people and just boxing.
80s music and sweaty people. Yeah, right up your alley.
Pretty sure that describes the 80s in its entirety.
Everyone's so sweaty in this movie.
I can picture sweaty aliens now.
So just, I remember my story about this is I had watched the Rocky movies when I was like 10, like the first 5, because 6 wasn't a thing yet. 6 is called Rocky Balboa. That came out in 2006.
That. Yeah, okay, yeah.
It's actually a decent little movie.
I remember liking it. Isn't it pretty much just say it's just Rocky 1, but just again?
Basically, but he's old now.
He's old now, yeah.
So the first 5 I watched, right, like, I don't think it was the same day, but like over the course of like a week at one summer, watched them all on VHS that my grandpa owned.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I remember the first one bored me to death, which now that's one of the best ones. It is the best one.
Yeah,
the classic one.
It is.
It is slow moving, but then you watch the second one, it's a little faster. And then the third one is my dad's favorite because he fights Mr. T.
Mr. T, baby.
So obnoxious in the right way. And then you
Mr.
get to the
T.
fourth one where it's like, yeah! And I wanted to get my friend into the Rocky movies. And remember, we're like 10 or 11. Mm-hmm. And he's over, spending the night. And I'm like, let's watch a Rocky movie. And he's like, I don't want to watch a Rocky movie. I heard they're boring. I go, wait. Watch the fourth one. And because I think we had just watched the first SpongeBob movie again. Mm-hmm. And where, you get to the Goofy Goober Rock at the end, and you're both jumping up and down and playing your air guitar. So we get off that, like, let's watch a Rocky movie. Let's go from SpongeBob to Rocky.
Wow, what a transition.
I know, and he's like, no. I'm like, I got the perfect one. I'm like, just stick with me. It's the best one. And we're watching 4, and he's loving it. We're both jumping up and down during the montage scenes, and he was much more physically fit than me, so he's actually like doing the push-ups and sit-ups. I think I gave up after about 2 lines into the first verse. I think by the time we hit the first Hearts on Fire, I was just as sweaty as the rest of the movie.
You're just sweaty like everybody else was.
So yeah, my friend and I we loved Rocky IV, and it still hits that spot of like, man, this is so like dumb, but I love it. It. I can't even say anything else because you go from the most fun dorky one to the worst one. It's 5. He fights the guy in the street.
I'll be honest, I don't know if I've even actually seen 5.
It's not very good. It's basically, for some reason, they gave Paulie, the drunk, power of attorney, I think, and he like had an accountant embezzle all of their money. So they get back from Russia and they lose everything. They have to move back to their old neighborhood in Philly.
Oh my God.
See, and it's funny because it's such a stupid plot device, but it ties into the rest of the franchise. Because 6, he owns a restaurant. Is it South Philly? I don't remember what side of Philly, but
something like that.
You know what I mean? Which is funny because nowadays, with his reputation, he could make money with endorsements and stuff.
Oh, easily.
Easily.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. He just manages his restaurant. And then you get to the Creed movies and he's still living over there the same. He's just older. So it's kind of funny how that one stupid thing in the first act of Rocky V affects the next 3+ movies.
That's pretty insane to think about, honestly. Oh my God.
But then the 6th one makes up for it. It really does.
Good.
They have some good stuff with his son, who is played by one of the guys from Heroes, Milo
Ventimiglia.
This Is Us guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna butcher his Milo V. There you go.
Milo.
It's Milo.
I think it's Milo.
Isn't that the stuff from Meyer you put in the?
No, that's Neo.
No, that's the guy from the Matrix.
No, that's Neo.
Oh God, this is never gonna end. Now, once you start it,
I would like to tell my fun Rocky story.
Please, I'd love to hear it.
I bet you can't even guess who it involves.
No, not a clue. Jake telling a story? I'm sure you have one friend in mind.
I
do. So Jake and Drew were having a tea party outside at college. And that was not normal tea.
It's the good kind.
Chamomile. You were saying, Jake.
Anyway. I've never seen a single Rocky movie ever. Not once.
And you jumped in on 4?
No.
Oh, okay. That's what I was
It's better than that. It's better than that. So I was over in Detroit with Drew. We were going to see Creed. And I'm just like...
So 2015.
Yes. And I'm just like, dude, you know what would be funny? I don't think this is what they're going to do, but you know what would be funny? If Creed was like... Who's that dude that Rocky fights? Apollo. If Creed was like his son, and like now Rocky has to train him or something. And Drew,
wouldn't that be funny?
He does this.
Wouldn't it?
But like literally, like I'm sitting here driving. I said it in seriousness. I was dead serious. I had no idea.
You had no clue what you were saying.
No idea. And Drew just goes.
Jake has slowly turned his head audio.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's what it's gonna be. And I was like, oh, is it actually supposed to be that?
Yeah.
Is it one of those, oh, I was kidding.
Yep, that's exactly what it was.
Oh my God.
I always like that story. It's just so funny. Every time you tell it, you've only told it a couple times, but I just let you tell it because it's so funny. You basically say what the movie is without...
Wouldn't that be funny? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's all I got to say for Rocky IV. You can't... It's hard to talk about one of those movies without talking about the rest because they all bleed into each other.
That's why I needed you to help me out. It was because I'm like, I'm be honest.
That's why movie series shouldn't go beyond...
Go ahead.
3 entries.
Yeah. I feel like Rocky IV, it was like the Fast Five of the Rocky universe, where it just threw everything off the rails, just kind of went for it. No.
They didn't go into space.
That wasn't Fast Five.
Was that like Fast 9?
Yeah, that was the most recent one.
8 or 9?
9. So I'm saying if they what they should have done, they should have done what Fast and Furious did. They should have taken it more off the rails and fought the aliens.
I was going to say for the blending.
We should write a Rocky movie.
For the blending, it doesn't help also that for the first 5, it's like the end of 1 and the start of 2 are that fight, the end of the fight, and the same with 2 to 3 and 3 to 4 and 4 to 5. 5 was supposed to be the end, and it was for like 15 years.
Yeah, I think it was.
So the whole point is like end of 1 to beginning of 5 are all like exactly like you could stitch them together. That's what's just so funny. But it always got you ready. It works because it gets you pumped. You see the end of the fight, and then that leads into the rest of the movie.
It's like the thing they do now with TV shows where they show like the little recap right in front of it. Like that's a brilliant way to just get you Jones like, all right, let's see what's next.
Do you guys skip the recap when you watch shows?
No.
Because I never do, and some people think that's weird.
I understand wanting to get right into it, But for me, it just gets me excited.
There's a different reason though, because they bring up clips from previous episodes that are important for this episode.
So
that's what I like. It's like what to pay attention to.
If it's the first time I'm watching a show, or like the second time, second time, I won't. If it's like something like Smallville where I've seen it again and again and again and again and again,
I mean,
I will.
That's fair. Yeah. I'll see you at that. Where if you see if you know this show like the back of your hand,
and
then you're just gonna.
I have to tell you guys because I know it will grind your gears.
Oh God!
Skip the intro for a show.
So you know how you hate that.
Don't,
because it
Jake.
Ruins it.
And you know how I've been watching Clone Wars.
Jake.
Are you
seriously? No. Sorry.
Are you skipping what's his name's? Like,
is it Deep Riley that's giving us the?
No, it's the Admiral guy. It's Yularen voice actor.
Yes,
I don't remember his name.
No.
Tom something.
No.
You're skipping his.
No, I do it just because I know it pisses you guys off.
But it's
I watch the recap and I wait until just about when the logo fades and then I hit the skip button.
Okay. Dickey, what's your pick?
I think I've blown Dickey's mind. I'm also not on Clone Wars anymore, so now it's even worse because it's just the Rebels thing and I just hit the skip button.
It's 3 seconds long!
I know! And it pisses you off and it's wonderful!
See, but now you have to do something, because when I watch Rebels, it does the thing, and I think when the notes hit...
Sorry, I just had to...
When they do that, I think, I stuck my hand up in the air every single episode. I did it the first time as a joke, and I go, now I have to do this every episode just because it's funny, and I did.
And he didn't watch it with anyone else. He was just
I came back down. I went, yeah!
That's the way to do it, baby. It's the way to do it.
What did you do at the end, then? Because it does the same thing in the end.
I think I might have done it twice.
It's worth
it. It was COVID. I was at home. There was no one to laugh at me but myself. I had to entertain myself.
To be honest, I do think it's a better show.
That's a whole
hot take.
Discussion.
Yeah, okay. Now, wow, let's get back to me now. This is a long episode. I hope you're strapped in.
Okay, first, Dickey, before you say your pick.
Yes.
Jake, have you seen his pick?
Oh yeah, have you?
I haven't either. So
I am only familiar with 2 of the actors in this, and I despise one of them.
Well, one of them is with her recent comments. There's reason.
Oh, she has recent comment. I despised her even before then.
Oh, really?
Oh,
no,
I
she
hate
says
her.
some problematic vaccine stuff. But
I guess we're not going to have a wasp anymore.
Yeah. So Evangeline Lilly's in this movie. Interesting. What movie could it be?
Go back, Kate. We have to go back.
Let me paint you a picture where you have the director of Deadpool 2, the director of plenty of Stranger Things episodes, the director of Free Guy.
Deadpool 3.
I think now we know why
Deadpool
he likes
2.
it.
Yeah.
He didn't direct Deadpool 2.
Yes, he did.
I'm looking at his filmography.
Really? Sean Levy.
Yeah, he didn't do 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he do the Christmas version?
Oh, he's going to do 3 is what it is, isn't
That's what I said. I said 3.
Sorry.
I said, Deadpool 2. I go, Deadpool 3.
I don't listen to you very often, so that's why. But Sean...
That makes 2 of us.
Don't forget, I know meta. I like Deadpool.
But Sean Levy directed this movie, okay? All right. Hear me out.
Is it Levy or Levy? Is it Levy? I'm not
Sean
sure.
Sean Levy?
No, the guy who did Deadpool.
Dry. That old boy is drinking.
No, the guy who did Deadpool 2.
We should probably should we let Dickey talk about Real Steel, or should
you just blew my entire build up?
Should we just let this keep rolling?
Oh my gosh! I was building up to it, and you just
It's Free Guy, everybody, because it is
Free Guy. That is a boxing movie. He boxes himself.
I mean, kind of. There's a boxing sequence. I was going to say, so you want to know something I find really interesting about Real Steel? The fact that when none of the actual characters themselves are the ones fighting, so there's no physical stakes. So do you know what they do? They pound it home with all the emotional stakes. And that's what I think is so good about this movie.
Didn't Pacific Rim do this like 2 years before?
Did Pacific Rim do this before?
I think it might be the same year.
What year did this is Real Steel was 20... Oh, I thought this was 2012.
The first Pacific Rim, the good one.
Yeah, that's the... Yeah.
2013, this came before.
Ooh, look at that! Ha! Real Steel did it first, baby! But yes, I unabashedly love Real Steel. I think it is one of... This is probably one of the most underrated movies ever. Period. Mic drop. Legit. I think
Jared's
it's
dead
just
in the eyes, guys. What do we do?
Such a heartfelt movie about robots boxing.
So it's a movie based on the
Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
Yep.
Yes. And absolutely some Hollywood exec was just like
playing at his desk one night going, what if these robots had feelings?
What if I was Hugh Jackman?
I can make this a movie. And they did. And how they made it a good movie, probably Sean Levy, because I love Sean Levy.
I mean, they probably didn't make it a good movie.
It's fantastic. It's a good movie, okay? Watch it. You haven't even seen it. So watch it.
There's probably a reason for that.
It is fantastic. Hugh freaking Jackman is so good. He's so good in this movie.
Why is he so good?
He comes... I mean, okay, granted, he does your classic, comes across like a really bad guy, but when you get down to it, he really loves his kid.
So like every movie he's been in?
I realize that is a very popular shtick and thing for him to do.
So he's Wolverine without the adamantium.
Yes. But, and so he's just
a normal guy.
And he's really good at playing that role.
No.
But he's really, really good at playing that role. And the kid has been in things now, and I can't remember.
Rise of the Guardians. And Noah. And Thor.
Oh. That's what Thor, yeah. Which Thor is he in?
The first one.
Okay.
Who is he in that one?
I don't know.
I can't, for some reason I thought he's been
in when you're looking at it.
More projects.
It doesn't tell me.
Or not.
What?
I'd have to click on the movie.
Oh.
But I was going to say, just, especially between the kid and Hugh Jackman, I think their chemistry works just so, they really come across it was their chemistry that really just sucked me and really just,
Is the twist ending that Hugh Jackman is the robot? It's just like a prequel to Chappie.
It would be like Chappie or like
prequel to Chappie.
That old Michael Keaton movie where he was the snowman.
Jack Frost.
Yeah. No, but I just like the way that the kid finds himself in the robot. Again, I know it's very cliche. I realize that, but
it's coming from the guy that didn't like the bad guys because it was so cliche.
I think the bad guys just didn't have the right spin on cliche, and I think this does.
Big L.
It's take it as you will. Disagree with me. Hate me for my views. I don't care.
You're way ahead of me on that one. But
so the kid gets in the robot.
No. He does not get in the robot. He finds himself in the robot emotionally.
Yeah, like it's like Transformers, but they have feelings.
Yeah, it's the Transformers if the robots were actually well written and well thought out. I was like, that's what it's also, so another reason why I think I love this movie so much is, back in the day, I used to watch a show, I don't know if you guys remember this, called, I think it was just Robot Wars or something like of that nature.
Super Mecha Monkey Team Hyperforce.
Yeah! I don't know what that is, but no. It's
Transformers.
Oh, wow. It's been a long time since I must have seen that. Oh.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers. No. Okay.
Fetch with rough men.
I was going to say.
Digimon.
Hey, I'm still spiking
Tamers.
You. Never mind.
Are you done yet?
Not at all. Omnimon.
Anyway, it's Robot Wars or something like that, where two teams build different robots and they send them into the match, and
that's not just a show, that's an actual sport.
Yes,
there's a whole How I Met Your Mother episode on this.
Yeah, but there was a very specific show that I remember watching back in the day. We used to record this.
Bakugan?
Like what?
Like Bakugan?
No, you build your own little robot to fight other robots in an
arena.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Fooly Cooly.
I've seen one episode and I'm very confused about that. So, but I think that's part of the reason why I like this so much.
It was ahead of its time.
Because it still scratches that itch.
Good bump.
Oh my God, you guys are killing me. I just simply trying to say is I think because I love that old show about robots fighting, this scratches that itch and it gives me an emotional depth to it as well. That's why it just brings it all across.
But these are humanoid robots.
Yes. I know they're obviously not like the little cars that have like the different machines and attack weapons and stuff on them, obviously.
Like on the Big Bang Theory.
I have never seen Big Bang Theory. Well, I can't say I've never seen it, but
you know the episode I'm talking about, don't you?
No.
You really?
Yeah, I don't really like that show.
I don't either.
I can't say I blame you.
But yeah, so I was just trying to say that's another reason why I like this.
Has one big flaw. At least one big flaw.
Real Steel has a big flaw? You haven't even seen it.
I don't need to.
Oh my gosh. What, without you seeing it, what is your big flaw that you think it has?
Evangeline Lilly.
Oh my god.
America's whiny girl.
Don't get me wrong.
Wine.
I know she said some problematic things, but she's good in the show.
It's not about her saying the problematic things. It's about her being the most whiny and annoying character in everything she's in. From Lost to Ant-Man. From Real Steel to Ant-Man and the Wasp.
To the Lizzie McGuire movie in The Hurt Locker. That's a double feature.
There you go. Oh, that's a hell of a double feature.
Hey, White Chicks too.
That is a pretty deep
and
cut
Freddy
right
versus
there.
Jason.
Huh.
I'm just
It's
looking
just
at her.
Can't stand her.
Yeah, I mean,
Jack may think we have to go back, but I don't want to.
Oh, no,
I really can't blame you on that, but I just don't think of Evangeline. And I know she
How do you watch that
plays
movie and not think of Evangeline Lilly?
Because I know she plays the ex-mom in it, or his ex-wife.
Ex-mom?
His ex-wife. That's a very weird way of phrasing it. But I know she plays that, but other than, I just try not to think about it. And every time that she's not on screen, I just love it. And one of the best parts, oh my gosh, when I tell you how hype I was getting, am I going on for too long?
No.
Just keep going.
Okay. I would say one of the most hypest parts for me was when they were walking into, it's their first legit, they're walking into their underworld fight. And you know what song is playing?
Underworld.
Oh.
Is it Eye of the Tiger?
It's
is
not
it Eye of the Tiger?
Sandstorm.
Is it
by Darude.
Is it Sweet Child of Mine?
Crazy
No.
Frog.
Is it Welcome to the Jungle?
No, you want to know who it is? Eminem, baby.
Ugh.
It's when the why am I blanking out all of a sudden on the name of the song?
Because we were just naming a bunch of different
It was Stan.
songs.
Stan.
Till my bones.
Stan.
Till I collapse. And like I was like, you hear that music playing in the background. You see these robots just knocking the crap out of each other, and the hype just gets so
Does he sing the Not Afraid song?
Yes, he does.
That should have been that song. I don't think that song.
Till I Collapse fits it so well. Just trust me.
Stan.
But
wait, he sings Stan, right?
Yeah, he sings that. Yes.
I want you to say the name of the song.
He sings Stan.
No, that's not how you say it.
Stan.
There you go.
But yes, I also think it's just very rewatchable because of how much heart is in the movie. But that's, and I like I said, I could go on for hours and hours about why I love this movie so much, but
I still think it has one major flaw.
I know it does, and I want you to look past that flaw to watch this. And everyone who has not seen Real Steel,
even sit through Ant-Man and the
watch
Wasp.
it.
And
Well, that's for other reasons.
I can't even sit through Lost anymore. That's more because I know what everything's about now.
Well, Lost
and
is,
it doesn't have any mystery, but
it's good. But it has its problems.
I'm getting an ulcer just thinking about Evangeline Lilly.
Anyway, that's gonna wrap it up for us and our favorites. Jared, if they stuck through this entirely long episode and they like to follow some of our social media accounts, where can they find us?
Oh, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and the funny TikTok, where we will probably upload a video about funny punching robots punching each other on the funny.
No, it'll just be a picture of Evangeline Lilly, and we'll all be like,
I'll either do real. We all have good picks for this one. Who knows? I'll do Real Steel, Rocky 4. Who knows which one I'm gonna use? We'll keep it spicy. Yeah.
And then you can listen to us on Stitcher, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Please like, subscribe, and ring our bell.
Thank you.
Ding,
Thank
ding.
you so much for everyone who's watching and following along. We have more funny and great content coming out for you every single week. So from all of us here at Off Slate Media, thank you so much for listening. We will see you later.
Bye.